Is it absolutely ridiculous to believe in God? Well, famed atheist Madeleine Murray O'Hair certainly seemed to think so. Check this out.
There was something in the literature they picked out that said that God is a myth.
Oh, yes, of course.
That's your belief. And you said,
No, it's not my belief. God is a myth. There's no such a thing as belief in mathematics. Mathematics is a discipline, and it will exist independently of anybody's belief or non-belief, just as will chemistry or geology or geography or anything else. This isn't something that you can pick up and say, well, 32 feet per second, that's gravity. I believe in that.
How about faith?
Absolutely none at all.
No faith.
I don't know what you mean by that.
It's done on one level and say believing in the experiences of other people. And there's a whole lot of other people out there who think that God is very much a part of their lives.
Well, they're all deluded.
Is she right? Is it delusional to believe in God? Her confidence comes from this idea that because God isn't something that you can see or measure, like gravity or chemistry, it's somehow ridiculous to believe in the reality or existence of a God. But you see, that's a big misunderstanding of who Christians believe God to be and what kind of evidence they are talking about. Christians don't believe God is another object inside the universe, like gravity or planets or something that you can measure. We believe he made the universe. He's not a mechanism to study, but the cause behind it all. The fact is, there are all sorts of things about the human experience that cannot be measured in a test tube. Things like justice and love and meaning and purpose, and yes, the existence of God. There is no experiment you can run to prove that God exists, but by the same logic, there's no experiment you can run that disproves his existence either. To answer that question, you have to ask different kinds of questions, like what best explains the origins of the universe, or the reality of moral absolutes, or our insatiable desire for purpose and meaning, or this unshakable instinct that there must be something after death. None of these things can be answered empirically, and yet they've been wrestled with by every culture throughout history. Ultimately, it comes down to which hypothesis best explains our lived experience. But let's go ahead and grant her the premise for a moment, that all that exists is brain chemistry and empirical science. Even that is a faith statement, because if all we have are neurons firing in our brains, there is no reason to believe that what our brains tell us is true or right. It's a self-defeating logic. Believing something to be true is in the end an act of faith, one that nobody can escape from. A purely reductionistic worldview ends up sawing off the very limb it stands on, because brain chemistry and evolution have no inherent interest in what's true. At the end of the day, this comes down to humility, to recognizing the limits of our human minds and our ability to understand the world around us. Science has its place, but it cannot answer everything. And I think if we're honest, we know there's nothing delusional about that at all.